mean, everybody's available tonight, including
Yeah.
Al. I guess, we'll put into, you may have some rest tomorrow, I'm sure, definitely.
Yeah, Al's out tomorrow for sure. Obviously, he's not playing any back-to-backs this year, so everybody's feeling well enough to play tonight. We got some guys banged up a little bit, but we're gonna, go out there and try to win the game.
Still day-to-day with Jonathan?
Yeah,
Seen any improvement?
nothing to report. Yeah.
Where are you at on how you guys are playing defense right now? Like how do you feel about just
A lot better. Yeah, our defense has improved a lot during this road trip. I think we're getting better with our concepts, loading up in transition, not letting guys dribble through the cracks and get to the rim. I think in general we're containing penetration better, and so I feel a lot better about it now than I did even a week ago.
Coach, obviously last time Steph was in this building, he had a night to remember. Take me back to that game and beyond his hot hand. What do you remember working so well against those matchups for him, and how do you hope to utilize them tonight?
It's never about matchups. It's never about schemes. It's never about what plays we run. It's just about Steph being one of the greatest players of all time. And there's certain nights where it doesn't matter what the defense does. Doesn't matter who's out there. He was just incredible, and we've seen it quite a bit because we're spoiled. But yeah, the game he had here last year was definitely one of his best.
You talked a lot about Will to start the season, how much you liked him and how he's played. What have you liked most about what he's brought to the team, either as a starter or off the bench?
Well, number one, he just knows how to play at both ends. He's constantly making the right decision with the ball, without the ball, defensively. He's a quick learner. He's learning some new NBA schemes, NBA actions that we see pretty routinely. He's picking up on those things. Main reason he's starting is he complements our best players really well, and that's the name of the game. We've got to put Steph and Jimmy and Draymond in a position to succeed. That's what wins in this league. Everyone has their best two or three players, and how well can you support them and enhance them, and that's what leads to winning. So Will is helping us win.
Mike Brown had asked a question last night. I say that because I might have asked it, but it was about cup point differential. And he said that when he was with you, that your philosophy was play it out, just always play it out.
Who was this?
Mike Brown. Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, yeah.
You've met.
I know Mike, yeah. Nice guy.
He said that when he was with you, it was always, you just preferred play
Yeah.
just play that.
Yeah.
And now we see it in cup games where teams are obviously going for points
Right.
because of the differential and all that. Would you rather it just become
Yes,
more exciting?
yeah. Somewhere along the line, it became really offensive in the NBA if you actually, tried to make a basket, near the end of the game for no apparent reason. My favorite one was a few years ago. There was, I think Jimmer Fredette signed a 10-day in New York, and he was, basically got in at the end of the game, down 20. 15 seconds on the game clock. He raced down and pulled up for a three-pointer, and somebody on the other team knocked him down and, looked at him like, what are you doing? So apparently it's also offensive if your lead is cut from 20 to 18 or 17 late in the game. It's just one of those dumb things that, there's no rule. I think it was kind of always understood that when the shot clock ran out, the other team kind of puts up their hands, you just dribble it out, and you don't go and dunk it. That's always kind of been understood, but it's extended to beyond the shot clock now. So now you're supposed to take a turnover, and I'm not a believer in that. I think I'm on a one-man crusade, though, unfortunately.
Mike's with you.
Mike? All right, good.
He also wanted me to call you a bad name, but I won't.
You've commented a little bit on the increase in soft tissue injuries in the league. There's several more today across the league.
I didn't hear what happened today.
Wimby's out, Castle's out, Giannis is out.
Oh, wow.
How concerned are you, you've talked about with this pace increase.
Yeah.
You know, calves and hamstrings and all that.
I'm very concerned. It's dramatic. The pace difference is dramatic. This team tonight has really upped their pace compared to last year. And I think across the league, everybody understands now that it's just easier to score if you can beat the opponent down the floor, get out in transition. But when everybody's doing that, the games are much higher paced, faster paced, and then everyone has to cover out to 25 feet because everybody can shoot threes. So we have all the data. Players are running faster and further than ever before. And so we're trying to do the best we can to protect them. But we basically have a game every other night, and it's not an easy thing to do.
And you said you've talked to your medical staff,
Mm-hmm.
kind of the belief that.
Yeah. They believe that the wear and tear, the speed, the pace, the mileage, it's all factoring into these injuries.
Steve, to that point and to the point you made several times, is there ever a moment where you're in these meetings with the league where everybody's there where you're like, hey, the best thing to do would be to cut the season
Yeah.
a little bit? Like this, does the topic of conversation even come up?
I bring it up. I bring it up a lot, and I just think it's if we're actually focused on the product, it would be great. We literally have not had a single practice on this road trip, not one. We've been gone a week and or longer, 8 days, not one practice because it's just game, and so not only is there no recovery time, there's no practice time. And what was different, back in the day. You did have like 4 and 5 nights, which was not great. But then you'd have 4 days before your next game. And so you'd take a day off and you'd actually have a couple good practices and scrimmage. And so there's no easy answer here. The league has done a great job of trying to protect players by not overloading the schedule with 4 and 5 nights. But now it's basically we're playing every other night, and the flip side of that is, we're not getting any practice time, and the wear and tear is there anyway because it's the accumulation of all that, all those games, and the speed and the pace and mileage and everything else.
Do you feel like you have support in the room from anybody?
I mean, the tricky part is, everyone, all the constituents would have to agree to take less revenue. And 2025 in America, good luck in any industry to agree. Imagine, some big company saying, you know what, we're not as concerned about our stock price. We're actually concerned with employing people and giving people a stable job and making our product better. And come on, Nick, that's not happening. We know that.
How many good practices do you think you've had since the start of the regular season?
I'd have to look back, but maybe 3 or 4. I rattled off the schedule to you the other night. I think tomorrow night will be our 17th game in 29 days. So 13 cities. So between practice time and travel, there's rest time and travel. There's very little opening for a practice, but we'll get them next week. I think we have like 3 days next week where we're going to get some work in and much needed.
So is that in terms of like the improvement, right, defensively and whatnot, is that just all film?
Film. It's all film, and it's one of the things I'm really learning as a coach is the improvements because of the schedule. You really have to come in film sessions and individual film sessions and walkthroughs, and you got to make the most of your time. And so I'm thankful for the young coaches that we have on the staff who are kind of at the forefront of kind of maybe a different way of teaching in the league today. I think that's a real thing. A lot of our guys who have been through the G League, they're learning a different way to teach the game, and some of it is related to lack of practice time. Some of it is related to young players who don't have 4 years of college like Will Richard did, so you're getting, it requires a different approach, I think, to the one that I grew up with. And so I'm thankful we got some guys on our staff who can help us through that.
Steve, let's say all that corporate profit stuff could be worked out. What would you say would be an ideal number of games?
I mean, I think, I don't have an exact number for you, but I mean, everything has to be based on a formula, that involves two conferences and how many games you're playing against other teams and all that. But 72, 75, somewhere in there, make a dramatic difference for the players. And I think the revenue is so high, and I don't think it would affect the national TV money because you'd still get all the national games. So, it would affect, home game, gate receipts, local TV. So for sure there would be some revenue loss, but I can't really prove that the product would be better if we had 10 fewer games, but I would bet on it. Sorry, I can't say that either. I would guess that would be the case.
How was it seeing Todd Golden last night?
It was awesome. Yeah. He came this morning, actually. Yeah. So we were able to surprise Will, and Todd presented him his championship ring, and Will was just great. The guys gave him a good ovation, and he's a great young guy, and it was fun to be able to celebrate his accomplishment and the Gators' accomplishment with Al sitting there and Coach Golden there. It's a really nice moment.